We are here at the 2022 Touratech Rally. I am here with Shaheen, the man who runs MotoCorsa, the coolest motorcycle dealership in the world. And he is generously or foolishly, probably both, offered to allow me to take his personal Desert X out for a test ride. So definitely pop into MotoCorsa and say hi to Shaheen because he's pretty rad.
I like hugs.
Yeah, he likes hugs. He got that on camera.
I've got the full race exhaust on it, so
that sounds good.
all the power. Hey man, go play. This is yours.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is a custom wrap, but damn, it is a good looking bike. I really like the front. I know it's super divisive and people don't like, they either love or hate the design on the front, but I really like it. Also, Shaheen is a super cool guy. This is like the 4th time I've hung out with him at an event, and it's very generous of him to let me do this. So everybody say thank you, Shaheen, in the comments, and seriously, if you're local, go check out MotoCorsa, even if you're not in the market for Ducati, because it's just a cool place to hang out. I've been very excited to ride this bike since I heard of it, since it was announced, since I went to the launch event at MotoCorsa. Actually, I am really interested to ride it and see how it feels and enjoy the finery that is Ducati. I just did a 1250 GS test ride, so I'll link that for you so you can check it out. Look at this license plate. That's awesome. But one of the things I said in that video was, like, both the Ducati and the BMW are premium. Oh, this is so easy to get my feet down. That's easier than my Tenere. But the Ducati is premium in a different way, like in a fast, fancy, you know, a flashier way is what I said. And I think that's true. The GS is more fancy in a very practical, comfortable way. A Ducati, at least from the ones I've ridden, oh, these bars are at a weird angle, is far more flashy. So the bars feel like bent downward in a weird way. That's interesting. Yeah, this is a weird bar angle. I've never felt anything like it. That's an interesting thing to discover right off the bat. I love, and I didn't think I would, but I love the vertical display, the rally style display. It's pretty cool. Got a lot of information. Suspension feels stiff. I don't know how he's got this set up, and Shaheen doesn't weigh as much as I do. So keep in mind that all the impressions will be based on this specific bike, which obviously has had a few modifications, including that exhaust, which I'm sure you can hear is roaring in the background. So loose stuff. Feels stable to me. It's almost like it's an adventure bike that they set up that way. I go out this way or that way? This way? Okay. It definitely feels less refined, more raw than the GS and a lot of other motorcycles that I've ridden. That's the first impression I get. Let's go out on the highway. I've got a quick shifter. Oh my God, baby, it pulls, and the quick shifter works. That was fun. Yeah, the bar position's super weird. It makes the lean-in feel strange. It's definitely a different steering experience than anything I've ridden, really. Oh man, this is one of those bikes that's just like, I'm gonna ride like a complete asshole if I own one of these. It's like my Nord in that way. It just has that grunty, let's go power. It's like, it's bored if you're not just pushing it as hard as you can. Damn, listen to that! Oh my God! Wind protection here, so I can feel the wind right here-ish, which is pretty good. It gets it up to the top of your helmet. It's not on your chest or your face at all. There is some noise, obviously. Oh, this is a torquey beast, man. Holy shit. It really feels like, this is purely subjective, but I think you'll know what I mean. Like a horse that just wants to run but needs to be held back. Otherwise, it'll just take off without you. It's definitely a motorcycle that requires you to be present and like focused on what you're doing in the moment, not just like off in la land, not paying attention. It's too easy for the power to catch you by surprise. Yeah, I would get into an enormous amount of trouble on this motorcycle. I would be in deep trouble all the time. It is just powerful is what it feels like. It feels powerful, but it also feels not huge. Like I've ridden the Multistrada, it feels powerful and huge, right? It feels big. Oh, there's a Ducati sign right here. How convenient. And I'm already in enduro mode. That's right, I haven't even been in street mode. I've been screwing around in enduro mode this whole time. Let's lean it. Yeah! Oh yeah! So she said it'll let you spin the tire a couple times before it starts kicking in, which is just enough to get that super fun fishtail in the corner. It's nice to actually ride this road not behind a whole crowd of people going super slow in the dust. It's a different experience. I'm sure I'm gonna catch somebody though. Yeah, oh, it's high rev, so second gear, high revs, responsive as all hell. Holy shit. That's fun, dude. Yeah, she wants to go. She wants to go. I really like the bar position for standing, actually. It's almost like it's set up more for off-road riding because I don't notice the weirdness of the bars when I'm standing like I did when I was sitting down. They don't feel weirdly bent down. It actually makes my hands rest at a far more comfortable position. Okay, so this isn't like the chunkiest, gnarliest road ever, but there's a lot of potholes, so it's actually a really good test of like, yeah, like hitting them at speed and just eating them up, dude. Like you feel them in the way that you're connected to the trail, right? Like you want to feel them, but you don't feel them like they're making you go out of control. Like the bike is just eating them up. The tank's got a good width where my knees grip it. There's a sweet spot I can feel right where the seat meets the tank, but it's very easy to like race against it going downhill when you're putting your weight back. Oh, that was a good one. That was a deep one. It does feel like it doesn't want to lean. Like it has a lot of stability, but leaning is, oh my God, that was fun. Just fishtailed it, standing up. Leaning is almost, it takes a little more effort than I'm used to. That's kind of surprising. Okay, let's crawl it. Let's crawl it. First gear. The clutch is very stiff, so you're definitely gonna get a workout in slow stuff, trying to modulate your speed. Damn, dude. It doesn't feel heavy. It definitely feels like a mid-size adventure bike where you sometimes forget it is an adventure bike. It's got a similar sort of girth and like feeling of momentum as my Tenere. They're very similar. So I feel very comfortable on this bike. It reminds me of the Aprilia a lot in that mid-range, which is my favorite, obviously, category of adventure bikes, which is why I was so excited Ducati was coming out with a true adventure bike in the mid-range size. Yeah, this thing's fun as hell. Whoa! Oh man, yeah. I gave her a little throttle there, and the ass was a little more sideways than I was expecting. That was awesome. Okay, let's try sitting. Let's try to lean it sitting. He's got an aftermarket seat on here, but I can at least say that the seat, the position and the shape of it is pretty comfortable. It's nice and narrow at the front, but I can see you can sit back for a longer ride on the highway and get a lot of padding. What you want is, you know, your weight spread out over the widest area possible in terms of not developing uncomfortable sore spots. Pressure points is the word I was looking for. Listen to this thing, dude. I'm gonna open my helmet so you can hear it. Oh yeah. Off-road ABS is not really intervening aggressively at all. Listen. Holy shit, that's fun. This is a fun bike. It's not a shut your brain off pleasure cruise. It's a physical experience riding it. Like I said, it leans in a little harder. The clutch is a little bit harder to pull in. You know, it's snappier in places, and so that requires you to be a little bit more physically active, to anticipate moves, to lean, to get forward when you accelerate, back when you decelerate. But that is the point of these Ducatis. Like, it's like a KTM in that it's all about maximum performance, even if that means a little bit more maintenance and, you know, a little bit less refinement. Like, it's refined. The focuses of the refinements are not comfort. The focus of the refinement is performance, and I just feel that in this bike. It's very different from the GS, where their focus was obviously on comfort and you know, practicality. There's nothing practical about a Ducati, and this one in particular is like, it's practically amazing to ride, but a lot of their design philosophy comes through in things like, you're not even supposed to do your own air filter changes on this bike. You're supposed to take it to the dealership. You're not supposed to adjust your own chain. You gotta take the tank off to get the air filter, I'm pretty sure. Like, they don't expect people, how do I say this? I get the impression they don't build bikes for your average Joe. They want a connoisseur, right? It's like, I can drink Coors Light all day, but there are some people that will only drink, you know, 100-year-old Chateau Picard. That is a Star Trek reference. But dork in the road, what do you expect, right? This is not a Coors Light. This is a 100-year-old Bordeaux. That's what it is. If that's what you're looking for, if you want the highest performance, coolest, most, like, they have a lot of style, a lot of panache. That's Ducati's thing. And there's an attitude that comes along with it. It's like getting a GS without having to deal with all the Starbucks jokes. But you're also getting a very fast bike, or you get it, you know, it's an Italian KTM. But like, KTM's or styling is all utilitarian and like sharp, and the Ducati is just all about beautiful lines and getting a lot of performance and a lot of beauty in a motorcycle. But in terms of riding it, not a bike I would throw out for a beginner, but it is very fun to throw around. I have a lot of confidence in this bike's ability to handle, like, let's just take the shittiest lines I can find. Like, into the rut with the loose stuff, yeah, nothing. Pothole, yeah, it's like easy to feel the bike reading your mind. Like, it does what I want it to do. Throttle, suspension, goes where I want it to go. It's very responsive. Here's a big pothole. Oh, here's 3 in a row. Yeah, suspension's stiffer. I feel the trail a little more. It definitely, I know that I'm riding. Like I said, it's a more physical experience. It's more physically challenging because you can go faster if you know what you're doing, but you have to be able to control the power to do it. Thank you, Shaheen, because the demo ride following the people at a reasonable speed in the dust would not have done this justice. I could see tearing up roads like this all day, and then when something shitty comes at you, a washout or whatever, an obstacle, some 2-track, feeling confident that you're going to get through it and let the bike do the work. It's a very capable machine, but it's an expensive machine, and not just to buy, but to maintain. It's not for the bargain hunter, you know. It's not the purpose of it. That's not who it's marketed to. That's not who they want to buy it, to be honest, because that person won't appreciate it in the way that they want it to be appreciated. I mean, you know. Yeah, it just wants to leap out of them. It's like, come on, what else you got? This is a good one. Ooh, oopsie. Shaheen, I did not jump your bike, dude. I wouldn't do that to you, man. We're too good of friends. I respect you too much. Yeah, 60 miles an hour on a pothole, rutted gravel road. It just flies over it like a hovercraft. She just wants to run. And the thing is, she can. And she knows it. She wants you to know it. Around this right, and then we'll slide over to the right for this corner. Yep, back to the left. Yeah, it's easy to move her underneath you. And again, you gotta work harder on a bike like this. You just do. I mean, to go fast. If you want to go slow, oh, even then you gotta work harder, because the you know, the clutch and everything is it's harder. It's harder to pull. It's higher performance. It's made to be beaten and pushed harder. It's a fun downhill. Let's play with the ABS. I think the front is still on. Yep. The rear is slightly on. No, it's not. Front is good though. Yeah, the front wheel will not slide when I'm slamming on that brake. But it is sort of slowing me down, so aggressive, but not useless. Sometimes ABS is super useless. Yeah, and the rear is off, so I can slide. Yep, all over the place. Dude, that's fun. Here's a really bad rut. What a rut, I didn't even notice it. All right, so back on the road. I don't, he did show me how to change the modes. Hold on. Let's do Sport Evo. You don't mind if I put it in sport mode, do you, Shaheen? Whoa. Holy shit. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I do not understand why, at least for me personally, I have no interest in buying a sport bike when I could get an adventure bike like this that's fast as hell, as fast as I want to go, and faster than I want to go, but I can go do all the stuff I just did. and the seating position is more comfortable. I just think the adventure bikes are, I just love them, man. I just love them. I don't want to own a street bike. I'll always have an adventure bike because I want to be able to see a gravel road and just be like, where's that go? And go up it. Final thoughts on the Ducati Desert X. It is basically everything you would expect. It is raw and unrefined. It's a beautiful motorcycle with a lot of power, but it is expensive, high maintenance, and if you know that's what you want and none of those things bother you because you want the most high performance, beautiful bike there is, you want an Italian motorcycle, you're a Ducati person, and there are Ducati people, that's great, I get it. It's a very fun bike, very fun, very capable. It's not all smoke and mirrors. This thing rides incredibly well. It's very capable. I would have no problem pushing it much harder than I did today on a gravel road like that, on 2-track, up to some single track, even some easy single track or like OHV trails I would consider on this. It's easy enough to handle for that. So it has the chops. It's not just like, oh, I bought this bike to look cool, but it doesn't actually do anything. That is not true. It's a very capable premium motorcycle. And if you discount it otherwise, you are missing out. There are downsides to this bike, like the air filter changes and everything having to be done by the dealership, but lack of performance and capability is not one of them. It's a very confidence-inspiring, if demanding to ride motorcycle. It definitely demands your attention. It definitely demands that you are physical with it and muscle it around. And because it rewards you with higher performance and just amazing, like really fun. It's a joy to ride. It's easy to ride. It's fun to ride. And I really am thankful to Shaheen for the opportunity to take this out and test ride it. I've wanted to ride one of these forever, and I'm really impressed with it. It was super fun. So I just want to say, if you're interested in more test ride videos, bike reviews, motorcycle camping, advice, tips, tricks, all dual sport and adventure content, please consider subscribing to the channel because I want to be your internet riding buddy, and I'm better than your regular riding buddies because I come with a mute button. Thank you for watching, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Excellent!
That was awful. I hated every second of it. That was the worst. I had to keep telling myself, this is not my bike. This is not my bike. Stop it. Oh, I did. I did. No, that was awesome, dude. Thank you.